Warning. This video contains adult humor, graphic dialogue, and certain material which some may find offensive. This video is a form of art intended for entertainment purposes only and not for children or easily offended viewers. The jokes and verbiage used in this performance do not represent the views or beliefs of the actor portraying them. Your discretion is highly advised.
So it hit me recently that a big part of how I rank movies for myself personally, as a fan and as a collector of physical media, is rewatchability. Basically, how likely I am to rewatch the shit out of a flick. For example, I might rate Jurassic Park a 10 out of 10 on a rewatchability scale, or something like Schindler's List, 0.5. Both incredible movies, but one is just a little bit more fun to watch. With all that said, I'm adding a new category to my reviews, which is rewatchability, and this will factor into my overall ranking and scoring of the film. So, I hope you enjoy my review for The Black Phone. The Black Phone. It is the new horror thriller from Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, the two dudes behind the modern horror classic Sinister, and stars Mason Thames as a youngster who gets kidnapped by a sadistic child murderer only to discover that an old broken telephone in his holding cell is possessed by the souls of his abductor's victims, who try and help the young man escape a certain death. Well, apparently someone had an original idea for once. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely based off of a book, but I'll be goddamned if I've ever heard this premise before. Alright, I'm gonna try and do a spoiler-free review for you crazy kids so that the hopeless little douchebags who wouldn't normally seek this shit out, you know, seek this shit out. Give me the good stuff. For a $10 million budget, this movie looks so good it isn't even funny. The color palette and the production design are definitely putting the team on their goddamn backs. The two leads in this film are played by youngsters who butt-fuck the shit out of these roles. That did not come out right. In the lead role, Mason Thames has the weight of the whole movie on his shoulders, and boy does this kid deliver. His performance is believable and heartbreaking, and is outdone only by his scene-stealing co-star Madeline McGraw, who plays his sister Gwen. Not only does she have the best dialogue in the film, the line, "What the fuck, Jesus?" being the obvious standout, but, and I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, she is believable. Too many times with child actors, fuck, even regular actors, it feels like they're pretending. That is not the case with these kids. The scene where Gwen is being beaten by her father hit hard because that little girl's tears are fucking real. Trust me, I have been on the end of that parental fury, and that is what a little kid who has no idea what they've done wrong and why their father is whooping their ass looks like. Hashtag daddy issues. Guys, I can beat around my bush all goddamn day. See what I did there? But you all know what I'm gonna say. That goddamn Ethan Hawke though! He is what makes this movie fucking scary. His mannerisms, his voice, his sporadic yet very calculating behavior that might rank up with Buffalo Bill and fucking Norman Bates. He's that fucking good. I fucking love Ethan Hawke in everything that he does. I think he is an insanely talented and incredibly underrated actor who brings his A-game to literally every acting gig that he does, and this could very well be his best. I cannot say enough good things about this performance. It is a hot fudge sundae of nuance and character details, and that fucking mask is the cherry on goddamn top. Holy shit, those interchangeable face coverings are not only terrifying, but also super cool. Tom Savini and company knocked it out of the park with this one, almost surely solidifying the Grabber as a hot ticket Halloween costume this year. And now it's time to talk about the shit. The Grabber gives Finn a soda with every one of his meals. This being the 70s, that bottle of soda pop is made of glass, and never once did any of those yahoos on the phone ever tell the kid to make a shank. Now, this is the only slightly spoilery territory I'm gonna tread on, so if you don't want to plague your brain with what ifs and whatnots, plug your ears for the next 15 seconds. My only big gripe with this film, particularly it being a horror film with high stakes, was knowing how the film was going to end. And let me tell you, never once will you expect it to end any other way than it does. Eating eggs off the floor. And now for our final category, go ahead and hit me with that rewatch. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will put The Black Phone's rewatchability factor at a 6 out of 10. It's a solid flick, well-made picture. Kids getting murdered isn't exactly my idea of fun, but Ethan Hawke's performance will keep me coming back for more. Quality filmmaking, rock-solid production design, and outright astounding performances make this a must-see for any fan of the genre. Just don't expect too many surprises along the way. Except for one great cameo for any of my fellow Sinister fans. A film that would make an excellent double feature with this one. That about does it for this episode of the Jony Horror Reviews. I have been your host, Johnny Maresca, and until next time, you kids be good to each other, be half-decent human beings, and instead of fucking yourselves this week, I would encourage you to fuck a significant other, a friend, a one-night stand, even a fucking blow-up doll. Just get your dicks into JJ's wet. You can thank me later. Whoa!